Now, California's water wars are back as the state struggles to transfer a vital resource from where it falls to where it's needed. NewsHour correspondent Spencer Michaels reports from the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, the area south of Sacramento where most of the state's water converges, and an area that is crucial to new plans.
At the center of a century-long debate over California water is the Delta, a jumble of rivers, sloughs, canals, and islands surrounded by levees. It's the spot where the water and snow that falls on the Sierra Nevada mountains ends up on its way to San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. It's a beautiful area for fishing, boating, and farming. The land is fertile, the water is plentiful, farmers can pump right out of the Sacramento River for free, and the crops are robust.
Beautiful.
Much of this water is pumped across the Delta and sent to where the people are, in the arid and populous southern part of the state and to some parts of the San Francisco Bay Area. But residents of this 500,000-acre watery landscape in Northern California are concerned that the state and federal governments, along with powerful, thirsty interests further south, some of them corporate farming operations, will divert more of their water and ruin their land and their livelihoods. Rajeen Reynolds' family has farmed the Delta for 2 generations. She's active in a group called Restore the Delta.
Water is gold. Wherever you take it, you prosper. People with more money than some of us out here are interested in transferring the water away from us, and the state policy seems to be favoring them over our region.
What worries Reynolds is a plan proposed by Governor Jerry Brown and U.S. Interior Secretary Ken Salazar to build 2 wide, 35-mile-long tunnels under the Delta so that much of the water from the Sacramento River will bypass the Delta and will flow by gravity directly to massive pumps and then will be sent south. It will be used to irrigate crops as well as to supply cities in Southern California. Those pumps have existed for decades, making some rivers flow backwards, killing millions of fish, and degrading the habitat by allowing salt to intrude from the bay. Those environmental problems have prompted courts to restrict the flow of water, and that has caused southern water users to complain that their supplies have become unreliable and erratic. Salazar says fixing the system with tunnels is a major reason the federal government is involved.
Each year has brought more uncertainty for the farmers and for the fishermen and for the families across the state who rely on the water to sustain their lives and their livelihoods.
The governor says the new plan, the biggest tunnel in the country, longer and wider than the channel between England and France, would be a great improvement even if all the details haven't been worked out yet.
The proposal that we're unveiling today is a big idea for a big state, for an ambitious people that since the gold rush have been setting the trends and the tone for the entire United States.
Besides improving reliability of water deliveries, the plan envisions fixing the Delta by improving the dangerously declining fisheries and by restoring floodplains and tidal marshes.
This proposal balances the concerns of those who live and work on the Delta, those who rely on it for water, and those who appreciate its beauty, its fish, waterfowl, and wildlife.
But a coalition of Delta residents, environmentalists, sports fishermen, Native Americans, and politicians say it's a bad deal. California Congressman John Garamendi represents part of the Delta.
This is plumbing before policy. This proposal does not develop 1 gallon of new water, but it delivers precious water that the Delta needs, the fish need, the farmers need, the cities in the Delta needs, delivers that water to the pumps so that it can go south.
This is not the first, and it certainly won't be the last time that Californians are engaged in a major nasty battle over water. In 1982, voters in this state rejected a plan to put a canal around the periphery of the Delta that would have made it easier to take Northern California water south.
Doug Hemley has been in the trenches of the water wars. His family has lived and farmed along the Sacramento River since 1850.
The proposed volume that they're saying they want to take theoretically would suck this dry, and you would be able to walk across it.
Are you kidding? I mean, suck this Sacramento River dry?
There's 14,000 cubic feet per second flowing by here, and they want to put in pumps that will suck out 15,000 cubic feet per second.
Of course, they're not saying they're going to suck this dry.
Well, I think if they don't want to suck it dry, why build it so they could suck it dry? It doesn't make sense.
State officials say facilities are always built to convey more water than needed for years when there's a surplus. But they say there will be hard limits on how much is exported and that the capacity may be less than first announced. Still, the Delta people regard the plan as a giveaway. Regine Reynolds, along with Congressman Garamendi, sees the major culprit as the Westlands Water District, a large farming area on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, whose farmers irrigate with diverted water.
Follow the money. And that's all I can really say about it. They're powerful, moneyed interests in taking the water out of here. It's a transfer of wealth, pure and simple. And the excuse of revitalizing this delta is just that, an excuse.
Not so, says Tom Birmingham, the general manager of Westlands.
This is not about Westlands Water District. It's portrayed that way by a lot of people because they think that's the easiest way to defeat it. But it's a program that is intended to benefit the entire state of California. The people who farm in Westlands Water District are family farmers in every sense of the word. I cannot name a single corporate agribusiness that operates in Westlands Water District. At one time they were there, today they are gone.
No one knows exactly how much the whole plan will cost. $14 billion is just for building the tunnels. But opponents say operating the system, financing it, and making improvements in the Delta could bring the price tag to $50 billion over the next decade, some paid for by water users, some by taxpayers. The problem, says Jeff Michael, an economist at the University of the Pacific, is that the state has refused to do a cost-benefit analysis, so he did one on his own.
They haven't produced a financial plan that makes sense, that passes any kind of scrutiny or has any detail in it.
What did you conclude?
I found that the project had an average of $2.50 in cost for every $1 in economic benefits to the state of California. It's a terrible investment. It has to be one of the worst investments ever considered for a major infrastructure project in the state.
Any plan of this magnitude is going to draw many levels of criticism, concern, and question. So we're taking them all. And no one can ever say we haven't studied enough. And I find it impressive that despite spending hundreds of millions of dollars studying this damn thing, people will say, well, you haven't studied enough. Well, we will study, but we will take action.
The governor's plan, some say he wants it to be his legacy, will be studied and fleshed out, with construction due to start in 2 years and completion in 2026.
On our website, we have more from Spencer Michaels and our partners at KQED on how the California Delta shaped a state's history and its landscape.